Hey, welcome back into Occupy Democrats. And in this breaking story, let's harken back to a question asked in a Talking Heads song a long time ago. How the hell did I get here? And in the last 10 years, since 2015 and Donald Trump, in the breaking story I have for you in a few moments, we have to ask ourselves that question when it comes specifically to the unauthorized and often illegal use of deadly force by both the police and certainly what we've seen regarding ICE. Because we have to remember, 2015, Donald Trump said this.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime.
And it has kicked off a maelstrom of actual abuse by the police and ICE since then. Taking, for example, how often people are gunned down in the back, like this.
The National Guard is deploying tonight after protests broke out over video showing police shooting a black man, Jacob Blake, in the back multiple times. Gabe Gutierrez has the story.
Tonight, there's growing outrage over this video showing at least 2 police officers in Kenosha, Wisconsin, with their guns drawn.
And yet another one like this.
Yeah, we just spoke to Leonard Shearer's family, who just viewed the videos themselves.
They've been with civil rights attorney Ben Crump all day, who described it as very troubling and said it was escalation met with escalation.
My brother was a gentle person. My brother was a loving person. He did not deserve this bull.
And of course, for obvious reasons, we're not showing you the actual video of it. But let's also take note of something that happened in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here.
In the United States, videos have emerged of a police officer fatally shooting a black man in the back of the head as he lay face down on the ground. Footage shows Patrick Lyoya running from a white officer. The 2 men were then involved in a struggle over a taser.
Grand Rapids, Michigan, earlier this month. Police stop a car being driven by 26-year-old Patrick Lyoya. The 2 men get out of their vehicles in what appears to be a fairly routine interaction.
And if you'd like to see Trump out of the White House, just subscribe to the channel. But I showed you Grand Rapids for a reason, because just the other day, after the attack on Venezuela, this also occurred in Grand Rapids to a girl just talking to a reporter on the sidewalk. Check this out.
This is not just a foreign issue, it's our tax dollars that are also being used to commit these war crimes. It is also the duty of us, the people, to stand against the Trump regime, the Trump administration, that are committing crimes both here in the U.S. and against people in Venezuela.
Now, in the background of this interview, you could see that police car, and now right here we're showing you video we have. Immediately after the interview finished, Plickta was arrested by 2 Grand Rapids police officers. You can see it in the video, and an officer tells Plickta that she is being arrested for obstructing a roadway and failure to obey a lawful command.
Now imagine for a moment in this breaking story that if doing that was something that you could be fatally shot for, and realize the core of the story and the MAGA mentality, because on the very, very well-known show Smerconish with Michael Smerconish, imagine what just got said this morning by a MAGA person to Smerconish on air. Check this story and video out.
From RI, you are making it way too complicated. The rule should be if you run from the police. What? Are you shitting me? If you run from the police, you'll be shot. That should be the standard? Surely, put that camera on me. Surely you jest. Surely you jest. If you run from the police, you'll be shot. That's the world in which you want to live? By the way, I'm a shoplifter. I'm a car thief. I'm a pickpocket artist. And the police happen upon the scene and I run and you want me shot without regard for any standard as to serious bodily harm or death being in play. No, there's a country for you and it's behind an iron curtain. It's probably a place where they would chop off your hand as well. That is nutty.
We need to be crystal clear in this country right now. It's not that the actual fatalities that have occurred are not the subject matter. It is. It certainly is in terms of the letter of the law. Absolutely. No different than what you think about the healthcare system and what Luigi Mangione did by shooting someone allegedly fatally in the back who was a CEO at a health entity. The reality is we're not going to live in the wild, wild west again, but that is exactly what that supporter and millions of Americans, by the way, agree with in terms of what should occur if you flee from an officer. When we have resisting arrest laws, when we have in Minnesota vehicular obstruction laws or fleeing from the police laws. But there are a ton of people ignited by Trump and fostered by the January 6th riots and the insurrection and the fact that he continues to pardon everybody. There are millions of Americans who actually agree with this mentality of, well, if you run from the police, we'll just shoot you, regardless of having any form of tiers of justice. That's where we are, and that is why I so often say, stay frosty. You guys like and share this video. Have a good weekend.